Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we are here on TryHackMe once again, and we are continuing our journey to the junior penetration tester path, and our room for today is going to be content discovery. So I already opened up the webpage for this particular room, and today we are going to be learning about the various ways of discovering hidden or private content on a web server that could lead to new vulnerabilities. Now, I just started the machine, and today we are going to be using a virtual machine. I'm going to be using my own virtual machine. But if you don't have a computer that could handle that, I advise you to use TryHackMe's attack box. And you can use a version of Kali Linux or their own attack box, which they recommend. And I'm assuming that will be even more user-friendly or beginner-friendly. I don't know. But yeah, for me, I'm going to be using my own machine. And I'm just going to ping this IP address to see if we get any feedback. And yeah, everything seems to be working just fine. I'm just going to clear it. And today we have 12 tasks to do. So we might as well just get started with the first one. So yeah, firstly, we should ask, in the context of web application security, what is content? Content can be many things: a file, video, picture, backup, a website feature. When we talk about content discovery, we are not talking about the obvious things we can see on a website. It's the things that aren't immediately presented to us, that weren't always intended for public access. This content could be, for example, pages or portals intended for staff usage, older versions of the website, backup files, configuration files, administration panels, etc. There are three main ways of discovering content on a website, which we'll cover. So we have manual methods, automation methods, and we are going to use OSINT as well, which stands for Open Source Intelligence. Now, start the attack box. Yeah, they are telling us to start our attack box. We are not going to do that because, once again, we are connected using a VPN, so there's no need for that. And yeah, so we have three questions right here. So the first one is, what is the content discovering method that begins with an M? So it's manual methods. I'm just going to copy the way they wrote that in the text to see if that's correct. Yeah. So what is a content discovery method that begins with an A? I'm assuming this should be copied as well. Exactly, it's automation methods. And finally, what is the content discovering method that begins with an O? Now I'm assuming they just want the acronym. Exactly. Wow, that was fast. So let's just go to task number 2. And I hate when I click on the tasks and the screen just goes bananas. I don't get it. Yeah, you saw that? Again, there are multiple places we can manually check on a website to start discovering more content. The first one that we are going to see is with this document or this file, the Robots.txt. What is this file? Let's see what TryHackMe is telling us. The Robots.txt file is a document that tells search engines which pages they are and aren't allowed to show on their search engine results, or ban specific search engines from crawling the website altogether. It can be common practice to restrict certain website areas so they aren't displayed in search engine results. These pages may be areas such as administration portals or files meant for the website's customers. This file gives us a great list of locations on the website that the owners don't want us to discover as penetration testers. So now we should take a look at our robots file, and the way we are going to do that is we are going to navigate to our web application, and keep in mind that they are using HTTP, so probably HTTPS won't work. So HTTP // and then we just copy our IP address, and now we enter the name of the file we want to see, which is robots.txt. And yeah, this is very small. Let me just make this bigger. And as you can see, they are disallowing this specific page, this directory here. And so I'm assuming this should be our answer for the question. What is the directory in the robots.txt that isn't allowed to be viewed by web crawlers? Exactly, that's staff portal. Out of curiosity, let me just check if we can actually access this web page. You found the robots.txt endpoint. Okay, so we have access to it, but there's nothing special here. So yeah, let's go to the home page once again. That's nice. Okay, so that was fast as well. Let's go for task 3. We are on a web page here. So now we have again another manual discovery method, and now we have, how do you pronounce this? Fav icon? Fav icon? I'm saying with fav icon, which stands for favorite icon. I don't know. Forgive me. English is not my main language, so yeah, it is what it is. So the fav icon is a small icon displayed in the browser's address bar or tab using for branding a website. So it's this little icon here, yeah, on the tab. Sometimes when frameworks are used to build a website, a fav icon is a part of the installation that gets left over. And if the website developed doesn't replace this with a custom one, this can give us a clue of what framework is in use. OWASP hosts a database of common framework icons that you can use to check against the target's fav icon. Once we know the framework stack, we can use external resources to discover more about it. And for that, we are going to see the next section. So yeah, now we have a practical exercise. We are not using the attack box, but once again, open Firefox and enter the following URL. Okay, so this should give us the fav icon, as you can see here. And here we'll see a basic website with a note saying website coming soon. If you look at your tabs, you'll notice an icon that confirms the site is using a fav icon. Okay, so first things first, let's just open that website. Yeah, as it told us, there's this information here, website coming soon. And then viewing the page source, you'll see line 6 contains a link to the image Favicon file. All right, so yeah, let me just press Ctrl U, and yeah, there's the icon here. I'm going to press Ctrl and click on that, and yeah, as you can see, it's very, very small, but yeah, there's the fav icon right here. It stands for, it says CGI IRC. All right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use this curl command here with the address of the fav icon file, and then we are going to pipe it and ask for the MD5 hash, which is a code. And what do we need that code for? We are going to use that code to then search for this, for that specific code on this database to see what framework is being used. And I think that's what they are telling us here. If you run the following command on the attack box, it will download the fav icon and get its MD5 hash value, which you can then look up, yeah, on the database. And there's a note here that says that this curl will fail on the attack box if you are a free user. Okay, in which case you should use a VM for this. So yeah, they are advising you to use a VM, otherwise you could try this on Windows in a PowerShell as shown below. So, okay, so there's always this alternative here as well. But for us, since we are using our own virtual machine here, I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. And we should get an hash value. And here we go. We have the hash value right here. I'm just going to copy this file and I'm going to search for it in the OWASP database. So yeah, I don't see any input field here. I don't know if I should search here. Oh yeah, we got it. It's right here. Yeah. Let's see if this is correct. So what framework did the fav icon belong to? Let's see if this is... Yay, we got it. Let me just check the hint to see what they are trying to tell us. On the attack box, open a terminal, type of command. Okay, so that's... yeah, that's not really a hint, but okay. Let's go for task number 4. Yeah, so now we have a sitemap.xml file. And this is quite the opposite actually from the Robots.txt when they disallow certain web pages. I think TryHackMe is going to explain it way better than I could, so let me just read this. Unlike the Robots.txt file, which restricts what search engine crawlers can look at, the sitemap.xml file gives us a list of every file the website owner wishes to be listed on a search engine. These can sometimes contain areas of the website that are a bit more difficult to navigate to, or even list some old web pages that the current site no longer uses but are still working behind the scenes. Now, take a look at the sitemap file on the Acme IT support website to see if there's any new content we haven't yet discovered. Okay, so let's just navigate to that webpage. Let me just close these tabs. And now we want to navigate to this sitemap.xml. Sorry if I can type. Okay, this is a little bit giant, but let me just make this a little bit smaller. Okay, I think this works. Okay, so we have our home page here. Then we have a web page for the news. And then, yeah, we have a couple articles. So article number 1, number 2, number 3. Then we have our contact page, customers login. Oh, and of course, there's a secret area. I don't know if you're going to find like a directory or a web page that is called secret area in a production web server or in a while if you're working as a penetration tester. But I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. So yeah, I'm assuming this is the answer for this question. So what is the path of the secret area that can be found in the sitemap file? Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go now for task number 5. HTTP headers. When we make requests to the web server, the server returns various HTTP headers. These headers can sometimes contain useful information such as the web server software and possibly programming scripting languages in use. In the below example, we can see the web server is Nginx version 1.18.0 and runs PHP version 7.4.3. Using this information, we could find vulnerable versions of software being used. Try running the below curl command against the web server, where the -v switch enables verbose mode, which will output the headers. That might be something interesting. Okay, so let me just see what the question is. What is the flag value for the X flag header? So yeah, we could use curl for this, but I want to show you another way of doing that. So now we are going to visit the main page, and I want you to press F12 and go to the network tab here. And now we are going to refresh the page and click on this request here on the left that has the 200 status. And now on the right here, we have the response headers as well. So we can actually check what were the request headers that we made on the web server, and this is the response of the web server when it comes to the headers. So yeah, this is the value of the X flag header, which is the answer for our question. Now, the interesting thing here, I think, is not specifically this flag. This is just to answer the question. The interesting thing here is that you can actually see the version and software that is being used on the web server. And you can actually search for vulnerabilities in this particular software and operating system. Actually, it's using Ubuntu as well. And you have this specific version. So this is very useful. Usually this is reported as an informational finding because this is not a vulnerability in itself, but it can help hackers trying to find some attack vectors against your assets as a company. So yeah, usually this is an informational finding, and the recommendation to fix this is just to remove this type of information from the response headers, just to make an attacker's life a little bit more hard. So yeah, let me just copy this once again and copy and paste it here to our answer. And again, this was pretty fast. Let's just say, I like to check the hints after responding. So make sure you started your attack box, the flag that starts. Okay, so yeah, not really a great hint again. Now, task number 6, manual discovery, framework stack. This is nice. This is going to be our last manual method. And after that, we're going to start doing some OSINT. So yeah, framework stack. Once you've established the framework of a website, either from the above Favicon example or by looking for clues in the page source, such as comments, copyrights, notices, or credits, you can then locate the framework's website. From there, we can learn more about the software and other information, possibly leading to more content we can discover. Looking at the page source of our Acme IT support website, you'll see a comment at the end of every page with a page loads time and also a link to the framework's website. Okay, so we have a link, the framework's website at the end of the page as a comment. And this is the URL that we should find there. Okay, let's take a look at that website. Viewing the documentation page gives us the path of a framework's administration portal, which gives us a flag if viewed on the TryHackMe IT support website. Okay, so let's do this step by step. So we don't need this anymore. I'm just going to press Ctrl U to see the source code. I'm just going to make this bigger. And yeah, so my face is on the way here, so I'm just going to move me a little bit upward. And yeah, as they told us, there's the link. Here is the link. So we have this information here, this command page generated in 0.something seconds using the TryHackMe framework version 1.2. So I would say that we should check the documentation for this particular framework. So yeah, this is the page, and you can actually see that they are using an outdated version. Here they are telling you that they are using version 1.2, and on the official documentation page it's already on version 1.3, so that could also be something interesting. Now let's just navigate to the documentation page, and there's some interesting text right here. Again, my face is on the way, god damn it. Okay, let's just check this now. The documentation for the framework is pre-installed on your website's administration portal. Once you have installed the framework, navigate to the, okay, so we have a directory here, a web page path on your website, and you can log in with the username admin and password admin. Make sure you change this password. I don't think they have changed the password at all. So let's see if we have access to this web page. So this should be an administrative web page. So yeah, we should just copy this right there, and it looks like we have access. So let's just use the credentials we got before, admin, and yeah, we have access. There's nothing here, but there's a flag, and that's all we need to answer our question. What is a flag from the framework's administration portal? Here's our flag. Woo, let's go. Task number 7. We are almost there. Now we are going to start with our OSINT methods, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have an automated discovery one. So let's just go. Okay, so there are also external resources available that can help in discovering information about your target website. These resources are often referred to as OSINT, or open source intelligence, and they're freely available tools that collect information. Now we have Google Hacking or Google Dorking. Google Hacking or Dorking utilizes Google advanced search engine features which allow you to pick out custom content. For instance, you can pick out results from a certain domain using the site filter, for example, site at TryHackMe.com. You can then match this up with certain search terms, say for example the word admin, like site with the website you want to search, and then the word admin. This then would only return results from the TryHackMe website which contain the word admin in its content. You can combine multiple filters as well. Here's an example of more filters you can use. So yeah, let me just put my face back in place. It was a bit awkward to see my face up there. And now, yeah, let's see this. So we have these 4 filters here: site, in URL, file type, and in title. Then you can specify the site you want, what do you want to see in the URL, which type of file you want to see. If you're looking for resumes, for example, you can search for PDFs. That's a great one to search for intelligence on a specific target. And you can actually look for admin in titles as well. What Google Dork operator can be used to only show results from a particular website. So yeah, for the website we have this operator here, like that. Yeah, that was nice. Let's now go to the task number 8. Wappalyzer is an online tool and browser extension that helps identify what technologies a website uses, such as frameworks, content management systems, payment processor, much more. And it can even find version numbers as well. What online tool can be used to identify what technologies a website is running? Well, that's Wappalyzer. And oh, I'm a bit disappointed they didn't include any task for this. I don't think I have Wappalyzer installed, but we can just install it right away. So let's see, can do it like this. No, I want the Wappalyzer extension for Firefox. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me just add the extension very quickly, I mean, and I got it. Yeah. So now we have the extension. Let's just use it on the TryHackMe's website. It's not getting anything from here. What about Apple's website? It's not getting anything. Oh, I just had to click on the pop-up. I'm so sorry about that. Let's go back to the TryHackMe website, and yeah, now it's getting a lot of things here. So we have JavaScript libraries, we have what is being used for analytics, JavaScript frameworks, and some other things that could be interesting. Sometimes you can look into these versions right here, and I know that this is the latest version for jQuery, and so yeah, I think TryHackMe is doing their job of getting everything updated. And yeah, so this is a very interesting tool that you can just check very quick for outdated versions of frameworks and things being used. So yeah, that was quick. That's some OSINT method as well. Now we have the Wayback machine. This is very well known, even for people that are not in the security field anymore. Yeah, let's go. The Wayback machine is a historical archive of websites that dates back to the late 90s. You can search a domain name and it will show you all the times the service scrapped the web page and saved the contents. This service can help uncover old pages that may still be active on a current website. What is the website address for the Wayback machine? Again, so we just have to copy this. Really? That's weird. There's no task for this one. Okay, well, we can just navigate to the website and check it out. So one thing that I like to do a lot is going to YouTube and see how YouTube was some years ago. Yeah, I like to go to maybe 2007, sorry. Yeah, let's check this one here. Oh, and we got it. Yeah. Oh my god. Look at what YouTube looked like at the time. This is crazy. Well, and a lot of views on these videos. Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, so this is a website that you can just use if you want to see how a website looked in the past, and maybe you will find some web pages that are not available anymore on one of these snapshots. So yeah, that's what the Wayback machine is. Now, another OSINT method, using GitHub. To understand GitHub, you first need to understand Git. Git is a version control system that tracks changes to files in a project. Working in a team is easier because you can see what each team member is editing and what changes they made to files. When users have finished making their changes, they commit them with a message and then push them back to a central location, which is a repository, for the other users to then pull those changes to their local machines. GitHub is a hosted version of Git on the internet, which was bought by Microsoft, by the way. Repositories can either be set to public or private and have various access controls. You can use GitHub search feature to look for company names or website names to try and locate repositories belonging to your target. Once discovered, you may have access to source code, passwords, and other content that you hadn't found. Yeah, that's true. I heard about some cases where people actually found AWS access keys on GitHub repositories. Yeah, that's crazy, but that happens. So what is Git? Yeah, Git is a version control system. Nice. Now we only have 2 tasks left. Let's go for it. S3 buckets. Now, S3 buckets are a storage service provided by Amazon AWS. Oh, we just talked about AWS. That's crazy. Allowing people to save files and even static website content in the cloud accessible over HTTP and HTTPS. The owner of the files can set access permissions to either make files public, private, or even writable. Sometimes these access permissions are incorrectly set and inadvertently allow access to files that shouldn't be available to the public. The format of the S3 buckets is HTTP or HTTPS /name.s3.amazon.aws.com, where name is decided by the owner, such as TryHackMe, assets, etc. S3 buckets can be discovered in many ways, such as finding URLs in the website's page source, GitHub repositories, or even automating the process. One common automation method is by using the company name followed by the common terms such as name, assets, name, www, name public, name private, etc. What URL format do Amazon S3 buckets end in? Okay, I think it should be this one. So let's just copy and paste that and submit. Let's see what the hint was telling us. Make sure your answer starts with a period. Yeah, I don't know if you realized that, but when I copied it, I didn't copy the period. I had to type it manually, but I would assume that when you see like the little stars on the right here on the answers, you can pretty much guess how they want the answer to be. So yeah, for example, here if you don't answer with the / it's probably going to say that the answer is right because they got better at that. I used to like type everything on caps lock and it would tell me that something was wrong. But yeah, they made some improvements regarding that stuff. Now we have the final task, and it's going to be the only one dedicated to automation methods. And let's see what we have here. What is automated discovery? Automated discovery is the process of using tools to discover content rather than doing it manually. This process is automated as it usually contains hundreds, thousands, or even millions of requests to a web server. These requests check whether a file or a directory exists on a website, giving us access to resources we didn't previously know existed. This process is made possible by using a resource called word lists. What are word lists? Word lists are just text files that contain a long list of commonly used words. They can cover many different use cases. For example, a password word list would include the most frequent used passwords, whereas we're looking for content in our case. So we would require a list containing the most commonly used directory and file names. An excellent resource for word list is seclists, right? That is pre-installed on the TryHackMe tech box is, exactly, the seclists repository. These seclists are amazing. Then we have automation tools. Although there are many different content discovery tools available, all with their features and flaws, we are going to cover 3 which are pre-installed in our tech box: FOF, Derb, and GoBuster. Well, I'm just going to use GoBuster, which is the one I use the most, but they are very similar, I would say. They are not the same, obviously, but they are very similar. So yeah, they are giving us the commands for the 3 tools here. So yeah, if you're using GoBuster, you just type GoBuster and then dir for directory enumeration, and then you specify the URL using the -- URL flag. Then you add your web application here. As you can see, they already inserted our IP address. It's the same. And then you and then you type -w to specify your word list, and then you have to give the file path of the word list that you want to use. And here I see that they are using the web discovery word lists, and specifically the one called common.txt. And I think I have the seclists repository on my local machine, so we are going to use this as well. And using the results from the commands above, please answer the below questions. What is the name of the directory beginning with /mo that was discovered? And what is the name of the log file that was discovered? Okay, so let's just use this command here. I'm going to just copy this because I don't know if my word list is on the same path. So let me just clear this, then I'm just going to copy. So once again, GoBuster, which is the tool that we are going to use. Dir stands for the directory enumeration. dash URL for our machine, for our website, and then we have dash W for word lists. And now I'm going to type user share. Then I think we have word lists, exactly sec. No, not sec. What do we have here? So we don't have sec lists. Kind of shocked. Oh, we have. Nice. Yeah, it was not on the word lists folder. So what is the word list that they are using? It's common. Okay, so sec lists, discovery, web content, common. Sec lists. I already forgot what is happening to me. Yeah, discovery, web content, and then common. I'm pressing tab just to autocomplete to find common .txt. Yeah, it's this one here. .txt. So yeah, this should be it. Let's just press enter, and I'm assuming that this is going to be pretty fast. Yeah, I don't like this being this format. This is very big. Okay, so we find a directory here. I hope my face is not in the way. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just finished. So we have this directory here. Yeah, we actually find a bunch of directories. We find customers, which gave us a status code 302. And then we have these directories here. News, we already knew that. Robots.txt is a file, exactly. Then we have, yeah, this is the one that I think is going to be interesting. And we also have assets and contact. So yeah, I think this is the most interesting from all of the directories. So that's why we are going to try this first. So yeah, I'm just going to copy the IP once again. And the directory was private, if I'm not mistaken. You cannot access this page from your IP address. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so what about monthly? It's not monthly. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the assets one. You discovered the directory. Okay. So what's the name of the... Oh yeah, I totally forgot about this. What is the name of the directory beginning with mo that was discovered? Yeah, so that's true. What is the name of the log file that was discovered? So I didn't even realize that we discovered a log file. Let me check this again. So yeah, this is all broken, the way this was executed, because I had this so much bigger than I needed to. So we got assets, okay, then contact, okay, customers login. Oh, there it is, development.log. Yeah, so this was too broken for me to see. I apologize about that. But yeah, so this is the development.log. And out of curiosity, oh, congratulations, yeah. But out of curiosity, I want to see if what is on this particular log file. Yeah, you discovered the log file, so nothing that special. So we just finished this room. This was a lot of fun. I thought this was going to take a lot longer, but yeah, it was pretty nice. I wish they had some tasks for the OSINT ones, like the Wappalyzer and the Wayback machine, for example. But hey, it was very fun nonetheless. And for the next episode, we are going to be going through the subdomain enumeration room, and we are going to learn the various ways of discovering subdomains to expand our attack surface on a target. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!